Welcome back in. We are going to get some team coverage once again, and storm coverage in just a moment. Right now we're talking about your money on this Money Tuesday and planning for retirement. It's certainly challenging enough without making a big mistake. It takes a lot of money for most people if they want to maintain a retirement lifestyle that they would like to have when they were working. Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us now to help you face retirement if you shall, and some of the mistakes you should avoid in doing that. Good to see you this morning, Stewart.
Good morning, Mike.
So let's talk about that. So, you know, a lot of folks don't factor in some of those post-retirement expenses that can pop up, and that can really affect your bottom line if you're trying to retire, right?
Yeah, there's kind of this myth, this 80% rule of thumb that once you retire, your expenses are going to be about 20% less before you retire. And that actually is true for a lot of people, but we want to make sure that it's going to be true for you. So I think the recommendation is to look back over 12 to 24 months of expenses and take a look at it as if I were retired. What of those expenses are going to not be there? And then think about what expenses that you didn't have might come in. So for example, a lot of people retire. It's the first time they've had a lot of time on their hands and they've been wanting to travel. So travel can be very expensive. So again, just pay attention to your situation. Don't let yourself fall into that rule of thumb.
And that's a good idea to sort of come up with what your budget will be like, and that may include downsizing your home. I guess another mistake people make is they think that the government's just going to pay all their medical insurance.
Yeah, so Medicare Part A is free for most people. And so a lot of times people have this myth that, you know, once I retire, the government's going to pay for all that. Medicare Part A is free. Medicare Part B and D, there's premiums, and there's a whole strategy around that. So if you're like really healthy and don't go to the doctor very much, there's a strategy that you don't pay much premiums and you pay a lot of out of pocket. And then if you go a lot, there's a whole other strategy where you pay premiums and you don't have much out of pocket. So you want to get with a professional and kind of strategize that and come up with what's the best plan for you.
I'm sure most people know this already, but if they don't, long-term care, it is very expensive, and it's something maybe a lot of folks don't think about.
Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest areas people might make a mistake. And what I find is when people get ill, a lot of times they generally want to be at home. They don't want to be in the hospital. So when you're having to pay for in-care home, that is not covered by Medicare generally. And it's very, very expensive. So when you kind of wrap all of this up, a lot of the research suggests that during your retirement lifetime, you can spend up to $250,000, obviously a lot more than that potentially, up to $250,000 out of pocket. So you want to take a clear look. You want to make sure you do research for you. You want to come up with a plan, and then I say the last thing is you want to save.
All right. Stewart Welch from the Welch Group, thank you. And by the way, next Tuesday, he's going to talk about how to supercharge your 401k. We look forward to that next Tuesday. Stewart, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.